Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Dynasty, and yes, we are back at it again today, playing some Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Today, they'll be showcasing my attempt at putting together everyone's favorite Halloween movie star, Michael Myers. It took about, I want to say, 20 to 30 minutes to put this together. All things considered, I do think he passes the eye test. If he didn't know any better, you'd probably be like, wait a second, is that supposed to be Michael Myers? So in that regard, I think I did a pretty decent job. Is it better than my Doomslayer? I'm not too sure. I'll let you guys be the judge. But yes, Michael Myers being showcased today in this Armageddon playthrough. His fighting style, it's pretty much all just strike-based. I didn't give him any kicks because I've never seen Michael Myers do a kick in any of his films, any of the Halloween movies. I don't think I've ever seen him do a Bruce Lee roundhouse, but a bunch of strikes like so. A bunch of knockdowns. I gave him this headbutt. Michael's like, I have the power to hit you with my face and knock you down. His grab is called the Face Eraser. He grabs you by your throat and punches you in the face. Probably the most authentic thing he has in this build is this grab right here. I can definitely see that being something that he would do in any of the Halloween movies. The weapon is the kitchen knife, though. They don't give you a kitchen knife to use. I had to use a machete, so yes, the kitchen knife. But yeah, Michael in this game, all things considered, I think I did a pretty decent job. We'll talk about him in Mortal Kombat 11 in a bit, but let's go ahead and show you guys the voodoo trap. They forced you to select a projectile, and I had to pick that one, guys. It was either that or a Liu Kang fireball. So here's my attempt at an ultimate fatality. Will I land it? Will I land it? We'll find out. Dude, it's so weird. It's weird when they do things like up, down, up, one. That is like one button combination. So it'll be like back, back, one, down, down, one, back, back, one, down, forward, one, then it's like up, down, up, one. It's so confusing. Hopefully I can land one of these. But yeah, customization for the special moves for this build. I gave him that projectile called the voodoo trap because voodoo's on par with Halloween, right? Right? I've never seen Michael shoot out smoke, but I imagine if he ever did have a projectile, he'd probably do something like that because, well, it's mysterious, spooky, in the same vein as Halloween. Then I gave him the tombstone drop because, well, it's a tombstone drop and this is Michael Myers. He just rises from the dead like Dairou in Mortal Kombat Deception. He's like, here I am! So I gave him this OP pop-up move that we just showcased a couple days ago in that playthrough. Then I gave him UMK3 Reptile's Running Serpent special move. Now that move was where Reptile runs like this and elbows you. Now we never see Michael Myers do a full-fledged sprint ever, but our boy has superhuman strength, so if he ever did do a marathon, he probably would have super speed, right? I don't know, I'd assume. So if he ever did, there's him chasing his opponents if he ever had to. Then lastly, only fitting, this is probably the most authentic move as well, alongside the grab. Vanishing Winds. Whoop! Just like that. We can teleport behind our opponents. Sometimes. Sometimes it works, just like that, you see? So we can teleport, pick them up, grab them, take them to town. Okay. Woo! I'm pretty nervous about this, guys. Oh! No! That was on the final one. It was forward, forward, 4, and I pressed down, down, 4. I was one button away. So yeah, those are his special moves. Honestly, I think it's pretty fitting. But Michael in Mortal Kombat 11, how would that work? People always say Michael's just like a poor man's Jason without the supernatural abilities. I think that's so wrong. I've never looked at him as anything inferior or less than when it comes to Jason. I've always kind of just looked at the, like the approach a bit different. Jason is essentially known for using his physicality, brute force constantly, whereas Michael is much more like slow, thought out, methodical. Jason, the powerhouse. Michael always using his finesse, his brain, his smarts. You know what I mean? I will say this, though. Michael's definitely more disturbing and not as campy as Jason. At least the movies are. Which is why I kind of wish we could have got Michael in MKX, because I feel like that would have been a bit better. MKX had like a bit of a darker tone to it, I feel like, in comparison to MK11. Dude! You're gonna make me do it. Here it is. This is such an OP combo, by the way. The teleport to the grab. I swear it works 9 times out of 10. Look at that. Back to back to back! So yeah, I've never looked at Michael as like a poor man's Jason. People always, every time Michael comes up and talks about DLC for, you know, a Mortal Kombat game, it's like, well, we already had Jason. Why would we need Michael? He's so much less cool. I don't think that's the case. We've seen NetherRealm Studios find a way to make characters feel unique despite maybe even playing similar. I mean, look at Injustice 2. We had Supergirl and Superman, for instance. You know, we've had stuff like that happen several times. Where they've had characters who were very similar but still had their own uniqueness to it. So I think that Michael, given that he's a much more thought-out, methodical, slow serial killer, I think there's a lot there. I think there is. Potential is there. He doesn't have to be as OP as Jason. He could have tech. He could have a bunch of teleports. He could have, you know, maybe he disappears into like the shadows and becomes invisible, like Reptile. You know what I mean? What if he just, you know, there's a lot they could do. They can give him that move that Jade has, or you know, like Jade has this ability where she doesn't take projectile damage for like 20 seconds. Give that to him. Have Michael indestructible for like 10 seconds, and all he can do is just walk up to you and stab you a few times with his knife. Like, there's a lot of variety there. A lot. So don't even give me that in the comment section. Here goes nothing again. Finally! Michael Myers has come back to fatality. There you go. I was really nervous on that one. I thought halfway in I was done. I was like, there's no way we're landing this one, boys. But yeah, he doesn't have to be as much of a brute as Jason was in MKX. And just speaking on that alone, Terminator got some of Jason's MKX moveset, so I can't see them giving him completely everything that Jason had. However, I can see them grabbing maybe some of the machete moves and giving that to Michael. Obviously, he could use some of those with his knife. So they could definitely do that. Implement some smoke, some shadow, some silhouettes, maybe to his arsenal where it's like he just like disappears into a bush, a cloud of silhouettes. I can definitely see him maybe having some parries or some command grabs where he's like choking out his opponent, like suffocating them. I could definitely see him doing some stuff like that. That'd be really cool. And obviously, I mean, if he has a knife, he's probably gonna have a few strings where it's just like straight up stab, 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 like stab, stab, stab. So there's a lot. Every time though, I feel like the cop-out answer is like, why do we need Michael if we've had Jason? I'm like, they're completely different. They're similar, but so different. One handles things a different way. The approach is not as supernatural. It's more creepier than the other. I've always thought Michael was a bit more disturbing and creepy, honestly. The way he just lurks. The mask I thought was always creepier than the hockey mask. And like I said, Halloween movies were never as campy, I felt like. Uppercut. Raiden, I'm sorry, but you're gonna get a kick to the nuts there. And a kick to the face. And a roundhouse kick, apparently. Oof. Not enough time. Not enough time! And when it comes to like cross-marketing for Michael in MK11, what works out for them is, I'm pretty sure it's confirmed, there's 2 Halloween movies dropping, I think at the end of this year and next year, so already like that, WB can make their money with their cross-promotion. They love doing that. There you go, we got 2 Halloween movies coming out, so they can drop Michael alongside one of these movies either this year or next year, depending on how long it takes for them to release these DLC characters, maybe in 20 years, but you get my point. So yeah, they got the marketing aspect. I love the shade of blue I use on these coveralls, by the way. It looks so sick. I think my design looks so good. It was really fun putting this together. It was kind of a challenge because they don't give you a William Shatner mask in Armageddon to add to your character. So what I had to do was change his whole skin tone to white, as Scorpion kicks my ass here. I had to change his whole skin tone to white, and then I had to give him like a filter to his face, like an old man filter. It kind of made it look like William Shatner, not really, just kind of gave it like a mask look to it. Then of course you add the shaggy brown hair. Yeah, and then I gave him the boots. His hands are actually white, but I gave him some gloves and kind of gave him his like natural skin tone, if that makes any sense. Oh no. Oh, it failed us finally. The teleport did not work. So yeah, those are actually gloves. Those aren't his real hands. That was the closest way I could get him to looking like Michael. All these punches though, dude. Ah! Jeez! Wow. That's fitting. Oh, only makes sense the big bad serial killer guy gets impaled with the stage fatality with the poster boy Scorpion here. So yeah, cross-marketing, it makes sense. Ed Boon's teased it for a damn near decade now, going back to when we first found out that, well, Freddy Krueger was going to be in Mortal Kombat 9. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if he confirmed it or if he talked about it, but I'm pretty sure it was mentioned between somebody. It might have been Ed Boon. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure at one point in time there were talks about Michael and Jason being in MK9 before Freddy was ultimately, I guess, decided on, and they pulled that one off. So it's been in talks for a while. It seems like all these DLC characters always are in talks. Even Terminator, you know, Alien. There's always been teases before they come out, and, you know, Michael's definitely had a few of those teases from everyone's favorite troll, Master Edward Boon. Ooh, look at that read. Does me no good, though. Does me no good. Just got hit by 2 special moves off that read. Yeah, there you go, Dynasty. And they're getting, look at that. They're getting punished and everything. I need the running serpents. As for customization options for Michael in MK11, I'm assuming that you'd probably be able to customize his mask. The amount of different masks that you could use, man, you'd probably have like 20 to choose from. That's exciting alone. Swapping out masks like that would be really cool. His arsenal, so like his knife of choice, different kitchen knives, maybe like a scalpel, other weapons he's used over the years that are like on par with a knife, I guess, a kitchen knife, because, you know, that's pretty much what he's known for, a kitchen knife. So you can customize that. As for the third option, the hairstyle, maybe, the gloves, the gloves or the hairstyle. I was gonna say the coveralls, but I probably not the coveralls, because that's more of a skin thing, right? So his main look would be just altered through skins. So spine rip hype. There it is. So yeah, I can't see that being the gear. The skins too, just have skins based off of movies. Unlike Terminator, hopefully they can find a way to get the rights to some of those looks, because some of the looks he's had in previous Halloween films are so great. I will say this though, if they give him several different masks to choose from, I want to see a Pumpkinhead mask from that one Halloween film. Is it Halloween 2 or 3 where it's like a spin-off? Where the kids are putting on masks and like their brains are getting fried, their heads are being destroyed, and snakes are coming out their heads and stuff. That was always creepy to me. That was a great movie. That Halloween movie was so great. It's probably my favorite one, honestly. I want to see Michael wearing a jack-o'-lantern mask. I think that'd be the coolest thing ever. Look at that! Look at that! Those Jax punches. Michael! He's been training. Dude, Meat's about to beat us, though. Damn! Damn. So yeah, people are always talking a lot of that SHI to the T about our boy Michael being a poor man's Jason. I don't think so, dude. I don't. They're both really unique characters who just have some, you know, similarities, and, well, the approach of how they do their job and their business is just slightly different. One's a powerhouse and one's a bit more of a creep. One's a bit more disturbing than the other. I really do hope he, if we get, if we do get guest characters, which I ultimately I'd rather not have guests. I've said this a million times, but at this point it's gotta happen. So when it comes down to it, I feel like if we have to get a guest, just give us Michael. I feel like a lot of people would be open to that idea versus the likes of, I don't know, Joe Exotic or something. So who needs Tiger King when you can get Michael? You got me? Up. Dude, I'm gonna get fatality'd into that. Oh my god. Dude, this is intense. Okay. I was getting a bit nervous. And you know what's funny too is this idea that, just think about it. Michael is a man of a few words. Never really speaks. What if we get Michael as a guest and Doomslayer? What if we get two guys who are just mute and never speak? Those intros are gonna be so epic to just see them do a stare down between each other. One with a helmet on, with a mask on, just seeing them lock eyes and then just kill each other. That is the ultimate battle right there of badasses. Michael versus Doomslayer. I can get behind that. You cannot tell me that ain't cool. Oh, dude, if I get fatality'd again, a stage fatality would not be good. Drop kicks. Should we try another ultimate? I'll try one more. Okay. Woo! Oh, dude, I messed that one up. Fuck. It's so difficult. You guys don't understand. And as for like finishers, brutalities, Collector and Noob Saibot have a few. Even I think Jade has a few too. A lot of the characters now have these combos that end with brutalities where it's like in the middle of a string, a limb will just like fly out of the guy's body. I could definitely see Michael having a few strings and brutalities where it's like in the middle of him doing a slice and dice move, like he'll be slicing, then out of nowhere someone's head just rolls off, or their arm just rolls off, or their leg. So I could definitely see a lot of his moveset, you know, like stuff like that would be so cool. Him just slicing components of his opponent's body. You know what I mean? Like, there's some potential there, dude. Take some liberties, make his house knife like a super house knife that just cuts through limbs. Do it, NetherRealm. Do it! I don't know, man. I feel like Michael has just always been creepier and disturbing, a bit more disturbing than Jason, because at least Jason had that arc of his mom, right? Michael's just always been kind of effed in the head. Dang it! Ah! Jeez! Can we grab him? Oh, we can grab him! We can grab the Shao! Take the projectile! So yeah, they forced me to give him projectile. I didn't think a fireball was better than that. I thought the voodoo little smoke made more sense because just knowing NetherRealm, they'll probably give him some type of teleport or something where he does have smoke oriented. So figured, hey, as we snap the neck of the Emperor of Outworld. You know what's really funny too is like you think about the likes of Freddy Krueger and some of these horror characters, they always get like random, you know, in the movies, there's times when like Freddy got his ass kicked, not necessarily kicked, but he got outsmarted by a bunch of kids, teenagers. But when it came to Mortal Kombat 9, he was taken very serious and like a badass. So even when these characters seem like they're just like campy or over the top or like, it's really a guy with a kitchen knife, NetherRealm makes these dudes intimidating. I think Michael would be pretty sick, so I hope it happens. I really do. Customization options would be so cool, dude. The gameplay would be so cool, especially because, like I said, I mean, we've seen them do Supergirl, Superman, Frost and Sub-Zero, Cyber Sub-Zero. Like they've always found a way to make characters, those similarities were there, feel unique. I think this would be no different to Michael, just because, like I said, Michael is just much more thought out, slow, methodical. Jason just being a brute. They're not the same, guys. They are not the same. Dude, this Blaze has been pretty simple. Maybe it makes it easier because I made his size the size of a sub-boss, his height and stuff. I made him a bit bigger so he is hovering over his opponents. Gotta give him that Michael feel to him. Look at that, dude. Blaze is not even being that cheap in comparison to how he usually is. Usually Blaze is making me want to break a controller or two, but so far, so good. So do you guys think Michael will be a DLC character? I'm very curious. Of course, I did my DLC character voting poll without spoiling things. I could definitely say he's up there when it comes to demand. A lot of you guys want to see Michael. A lot. Even people who are against guest characters are really open to the idea, so. Oh! Roly-poly. Uppercuts. Let's bring the knife out. Kitchen knife to defeat Blaze. Oh, dude. Almost. 2 more hits, maybe. 1 more hit. There it is. Yes! And if they could somehow get that Halloween music licensed for a trailer, dude, oh man, that'd be so sick. So sick. If they can get that theme song, man, that'd be something. So here's the ending for Michael I put together. After defeating Blaze, Michael was consumed with an overwhelming amount of joy. His final target has now been slain. Michael used the power of this final target, Blaze, to merge EARTHREALM with another realm. This realm just happened to be an all-new mysterious realm. This so-called DREAMREALM held the answers that our good friend Michael Myers was searching for. Freddy Krueger, you can run, but even Michael Myers gets his 7 hours of sleep. See you soon. And of course, happy Halloween. There you go. That is the playthrough of my Michael Myers in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Ultimately, I thought I did a pretty good job. I think the character was on point, the best I could do. When it comes to Michael in MK11, I want it to happen so bad because, well, I think a lot of you guys do too, and I think if they do have to pick a guest character, you got the movie, you got the demand, you've had every other slasher but Michael. It only makes sense. But of course, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please take 1 second and drop a like on it. It really does help me out a ton, of course. Till next time, been your host, been Dynasty. Guys, please take care. Please, please, please be safe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.